Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a trip back home with me, Simulation for the Nation. Really, we're going to go to the family farm. Just figured that over time we brought you a whole load of different vlogs from various different people, and why not? Let's go home. So we are heading up to the family mixed to arable and sheep unit. It is approximately set on approximately 350 acres of land. Like I say, mixed grass and arable, and decided to come back home. Really, there's an opportunity to come back home and work with Dad on the farm, so that's exactly what we're going to do. It's early spring right now. We've got a lot of work to do. We left the farm to someone else for a little bit of time, last 2 seasons really, because there's a few issues at home that my dad couldn't focus on the farm properly. So the crops, the arable land was rented out, as was the grazing land as well. But we're back. We're currently up to about 200 head of sheep. And we're looking to continue to increase that, but mainly as well, we need to get back on with some of the arable work. We just haven't got anything in the ground yet. So that's what we need to do next. So I'm driving the old Hilux up. I say old, this is a much newer one than one I learned to drive on, let's put it that way. But yeah, around the corner we go. And so in we come here. So this is our ground here on the right. Like I say, it's a mix, it's a nice little farmyard actually. This is Seaview Farm that we're in. Yeah, it's not all bad at all. We've always had, you're going to see our machinery in a moment here, but we have a bit of a look into it anyway. And I think what I'll just do is stick this right into here. Just leave that there. I'll move that a little bit. But yeah, so this is our main yard. Some older buildings mixed with some slightly new buildings. You can hear the sheep are around about the back there. Some of them have just been moved actually this morning, so they're all a little bit lively still, but we'll cross that bridge. And bang, here we go, straight into some of our equipment anyway. We always operate 2 tractors. We have a 2 tractor system where we rotate them out every, typically every 3 years. Now, up next for us to shift is going to be the 6616. That's our tractor A, that's the big tractor, and we're going to be looking into moving that one on probably the end of this year, Cohen. Then the one after this, the tractor B, is a smaller tractor, still plenty big enough for what we need. That's the 5713, and that is our 2 tractor fleet here really. This one, the 6616 is about 160 horsepower. It's a 4-cylinder Massey. It's a beautiful little tractor for what we need. There's absolutely everything that we need there without any complications or problems. The 57 is a little bit smaller again, still a 4-part, but it is 130 horsepower there. And again, kind of does everything. It's nice because we'll, what we're going to be doing today, actually sticking the plow onto it, and it can go plowing all day long really without a problem there. But it can also just do a lot of the smaller jobs. It's a bit more nimble there as well. Like I say, we are sheep only. So this is our main big shed. This is where we'll get all our lambing done as well when we need to next spring. We're not there yet right now. We've just brought a whole load of lambs in actually. These are hogs that we've brought in now, so we're going to be keeping them for a little while yet, just to let them grow a little bit long and then get them into lamb next season, I think. But yeah, they're doing well. Taking advantage of the grass we have right now. There's a shed down the corner there which we sometimes use as extra storage if we need to, if we had a good crop of hay, or worst case as well, we can put pens in there, put young lambs and just give them a little bit of an extra kick as well. It's always something we quite often look into doing as well. Like I said, there are a few different older buildings around here as well, some of which we use, some of which are just kind of left there, just too derelict to use. We've got some of our equipment in here. This is mainly our grass shed, as you can see. This old Tarot mower has served us very well so far. We've had that to memory serves for about 9 seasons or so. It's still doing some wonderful job there. Gets serviced, gets looked after every winter. We've got a rake of hay. We only do hay baling and harvesting or mowing really. We don't do any silage of our own. We don't need to, but we do a little bit of contract hay as well now and again. So we've got our hay rake in there, our tedder as well. The Lely Welger in there is a beautiful baler that sings along when it's in the hay. It really does, not a problem in the world there. And then got our rollers in the corner as well. We do, from an arable standpoint, we mainly do winter spring barley, oilseed rape once or twice is a bit of a break. It's not a very good crop to grow up here. It doesn't work very well. and it's also the cost of the inputs there are only spiraling up and up and up, really, from what the discussions I've been having with Dad over the future rotations. So we kind of avoid that where possible. We have wheat as well, of course, and occasionally a few oats in there. Break crops sometimes include fodder beet where necessary, but yeah, it's mainly those three. And around the corner here, you can just see the back end of the combine sticking out there. She's an old girl. It is a Mega Dominator, which again does us wonderfully well. That we've had, what am I, 32? I think that'll arrive when I was about 9 or 10, so it's getting pretty old there right now. We've had it for quite a while, but it's, again, for the amount of ground we do, it's never going to be something that we're looking to be replacing. Now, all of our land, bar 2 fields, is actually around the farm here. We do have some further afield as well, which it's actually backing onto, there's probably about, I don't know, 2-3 miles south of here, there's an old set of buildings that an uncle of mine had and was using as a business. We used to have a blacksmith out there, but he doesn't anymore. We have the fields that back onto that. We call those blacksmith fields. We look after those. And yeah, this is where the rest of our hay is. We don't have much hay left right now. That's been left over from a couple of years. So what we're going to be doing over the course of this week is getting fertilizer out into the fields so we can get some hay crop established on that one pretty quickly. And then it's the old JCB, the old girl. We've had this since new. It's been an absolute workhorse for us, and hopefully that continues. It was used by a previous tenant of the farm over the last 2 years who was just loading bales with it and things like that. But it's still in immaculate condition, and it's an absolute workhorse. It really, really is. And then finally, oh yeah, we've got a couple of trailers there, a few grain trailers, which are still. We've actually just pulled those out of the shed not too long ago because we need to get some of the other equipment in. We've got a 399, a beautiful old classic tractor there, really. You can see there's obviously a massive theme. That's not going to be replaced. That just still does some small jobs around the yard for the most part. But it does it well. It really doesn't have any complaints there at all. Now, I do find that it's getting a little bit old in its age, but it's a nice little tractor to have when we're in the middle of harvest or anything. Stick it onto a trailer, it'll do everything you want it to do with no problems at all. And sometimes, I mean, the 390 series was a great series tractor. The 390 Turbo was brilliant. And yeah, this one's a real step up. We do have a loader for that we can stick on if we need to. Again, something that can just really help to alleviate the pressure. A relatively newish cultivator ourselves, the 3 meter. This is the Amazon. Again, it's just a regular kind of 3 meter wide set of tined cultivators, really. Something just to turn over the ground. If we do opt not to plow over any of our ground, then sometimes we'll stick that in. As it goes, though, we are going to be looking to get that going today with the plow, and we'll be sticking the 5713 onto that. Everything you can see around here right now is our own ground, so we've got plenty of which to get plowed over, as you can see. And then hopefully we can get the drill in there fairly shortly as well. The drill's all set up on the Massey. It's a combination drill. We don't do any, at the moment at least, we don't subscribe to any of the, what I would refer to as kind of the current trend of drilling there with the direct drilling. We for the amount of ground that we do, the investment for us isn't there right now. It is something that we might look into, because I am starting to look in more and more detail into the varying aspects of soil health and condition, so it's certainly something we'll look into. But for now, the Pottinger combination drill does us wonderfully well. I really can't complain there. And again, that's why we have that's why we need to have tractor A. We'll always be pulling this one, the big tractor, which this Massey can handle it without a problem there. Now at some point there, I do want to add GPS onto this as well, see how that comes on, but it's gonna be one of my first things. So that's something that I truly believe that we can affect the fuel efficiency through, so I'll have to watch this space for that one. And then we've got our workshop around the corner here, which is fairly self-explanatory, really. There's 2 doors that we can get in and out of should we need to, but with Marston's in the way. Inside here we have our fertilizer sprayer and our fertilizer spreader and sprayer, really, both Amazon. There's a great dealership nearby us. You can probably tell they mainly sell their Massey and their Amazon, really. So that's why we have a lot of that stuff. Again, these were The spreader is that's new to us as of 2.5 years ago, and the sprayer is new just this season actually, so that's brand new. Something that we will be looking to get into really. I want to try and get it, if we can get some variable rate spraying on here, that'd be really good. So I want to try and get the sprayer all hooked up to make sure that's working. And yeah, everything else is looking good. So what we're going to be doing today is just jumping over. We've got an old Darswell plow that we keep in good condition there, but the 4-furrow, again, 4-furrow seems to be a dying art these days. Usually it seems to be 5 furrows or bigger, but again, that gets all the work that we need to do done. And also the 130 would struggle on our ground to pull that, I think, so that's why we have to stick with that one. You never know, that might change out in the coming days, but well, coming years, let's say, when that's due for rotation. But for now, we're going to jump into the old girl anyway. Get her fired up. It's a nice simple tractor, this Massey here. You have the lever on your left there, the lever that kind of looks like a Power Ranger's foot really. That's for your transmission, for forward and backwards, go through the ranges as well as the gears. The left lever, or the right lever, sorry, the joystick there is for your hydraulics, especially handy if and when you put the loader on the front. This does do a lot of the spraying. As you can see, it has the isobus boxes in there, so it will be handling both of the spreader and the sprayer there. But for right now, it's also a beautiful tractor to get onto the road with. It really, really is. So if you're just pulling along our 2 trailers down the bottom there, both 10 ton, well, maybe 11 if you're lucky. Certainly 10 ton of wheat. If you're pulling one of those along there, it's fine. It's great just to do a bit of harvest hauling with that, really. Now this is the one part of the farmyard that Mother hates, is that the fact that we use these sheds around here to stick our own gear into. Really, she'd much rather that she could have one as a garage, but she's always been told that we need to put the plow in somewhere, so that's where it stays. I'm just gonna keep going back. Gotta be careful, don't hit that low shed roof. Easy, stop. There we go. So we'll get this all hooked up and then see if we can inch our way out of here. Alright, all hooked up. You can see we keep the Darswell in good condition. We've had this for as long as I can remember here, I must admit. It's a cracking little plow. It really, really is. Get around there. There we go. Okay, so whilst Dad is away today, we're just going to go and jump on and get a little bit of ploughing started in the back here. And see what that looks like, really, see how we get on moving forward. We'll try and get some, we'll try and get these kind of 2 fields around the back here done first, I think, and then we can really look to start getting this all worked in. We're going to put spring barley into these 2. Now, we're not going to cover all of our ground here. Some of it we are going to be leaving stubble until the autumn. Well, we'll look to get that ploughed in as well, like the field on the backside there. And then, if I get this worked over today, and then it'll be ready to kind of drill tomorrow, we can look at getting the grass work taken care of after that as well. So, there's going to be lots to do. The reason we can't get on with the fertilizer right now is because we're waiting for a delivery of seed to arrive. Seed and nitrogen, or NPK actually, for our grassland. So, we're kind of a little bit of an impasse there. However, we'll just get in to here. There we go. Do love going out with the plow. I've always been a ploughman as long as I can remember, really. Well, as long as I was old enough to drive, I've been the man on the plow, which I do love. I don't know what it is about driving the plow, but yeah, it's something that I really, really do enjoy. Get that folded over there. Perfect. Sheep are looking quite good though. So we've got 200 hogs over the last month or so, I'd say. It is, yeah, they're really healthy. We've got a bit of a mixture here. There's some Texels in here, Texel cross as well. We've got some plains odd variant shades there as well. There's a few Suffolks in there with that Suffolk with a black wool. I've never seen that one before. But yeah, so we've got a nice variety in there. So they're all looking pretty good, pretty healthy as well. They've got some good fresh grass to work on, which is handy. And long may they be happy. Oh, we got a friend coming to see me about things. So yeah, we're going to be keeping those going. Hopefully we'll get to build up our numbers a little bit as well, which would be really, really good. Okay, so looks like it started today. It's a beautiful day. It's a little bit overcast and gloomy right now. We'll have to see how that goes. Actually, I forgot to unlock that wheel on the back there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and so bit of a camping spot over there, which looks pretty nice at this time of day, looking over the lake. Okay, down that goes. So what we're going to do here is just pull ourselves away a little bit, not too far, and then lift up. Just want to get my end sorted out here first. Pull one more through that way. Must admit, it's plowing over quite nice. It's great weather at the moment. We've had a lot of rain recently, last 2 weeks or so, but then last kind of 4 or 5 days has been mild, been dry, and then brilliantly in the last day or two, it really got quite good at drying. So nice sun, dry, warm breeze coming through, ideal for what we needed. Okay, and we'll pull this through at this little side bit here. What I'm going to do is just square this edge off here. And then we can just pull a nice straight run all the way through there, I reckon. That'll help us out. So how have you been anyway? I hope you're doing very well. Thank you very much for watching this episode of, well, I guess this is kind of like a Back to the Farm series for me, but it's just another video on Simulation for the Nation. Despite the fact that I'm coming home to work on the farm now, we will be coming with you the regular updates from all of my other regular live contributors as well, and we will be trying to continue the live streams as per usual. So make sure you do check those out. But yeah, just gotta give him the chance. One of our long-time farm worker who has been with the farm since before Dad took over the farm from my granddad back then. He has finally retired, so it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to come back home and kind of lead the farm into a new direction, really, which is what we're looking to do. So that's going to be very interesting indeed. Yeah, it's something that I was always looking for the opportunity to do so. So here we are. There are many people out there who do roll with much bigger equipment, but you know what? With much bigger equipment comes much more cost and outputs and pressure. We don't have that, obviously. We would like to get GPS on the equipment that we do have, though. That's certainly a desire of mine. But yeah, the smaller stuff works well for us. We don't have. We're probably around about 170, 180 acres of arable right now, which doesn't need a lot to go at all. What's more important to us is getting the livestock operation back up to scratch, because it has been a little bit of time there as well. But we'll do that. It's going to come. It'll come with time. It always does. But yeah, for now we're just going to get cracking along with it and see where it goes, I do believe. That's pretty much all we can ask. So what we might do, this is just very much a first introduction, really, a tour of the farm, if you like. We're going to bring you an update to this little blog once a week. Try and get Dad involved with it a bit more as well as we can. And we will see you all down the line, really. So if you have enjoyed this, do let me know. If you have any questions about what you'd like to see, what it's going to look like, and any more equipment tools or anything like that, or any plans for the future, then of course, as always, you know what to do. Just let me know. Simulation for the Nation. You can find me on the regulars on Discord, on Facebook, Instagram, and of course in the comment section on YouTube. And during the live streams, we're going to try and find time to get in and complete farm work permitting. So if we can't get on there, then we'll have to watch it, wait and see really. But for now, we'll leave it here. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. This has been Simulation for the Nation, and I'm signing off until next time. We'll catch you all later.